All right, mic check 1, mic check 2. If you're watching this live stream back on the replay, take advantage of the chapters. Just go ahead and skip ahead to the start of the show. I'm still setting up and giving people time to tune in. So that is where I am. I hope you guys had an awesome day in the market today. I hope you had an awesome day in the market today. It's been crazy for me. I had a lot going on. So I'm still wearing the shirt I had on earlier. You know, normally I wear a t-shirt, but I'm gonna wear a dress shirt tonight. I'm going to wear the dress shirt tonight. Yeah, guys, I'm all over the place, but I'm here. I'm on time. I wasn't feeling well. My stomach was bothering me. I've been really busy, had a lot on my mind. My portfolio is beat because the market is going crazy right now. There's something going on, and we need to figure out what it is. All right. Now, if you guys have been leaving comments or putting something in the chat during the live stream, I've been having some technical difficulties, and I'm trying to figure out what the actual issue is with not getting these chats. So like even right now, if you've been chatting or attempting to chat since I started the live stream, I may not have gotten it. So I'm working on that right now. Okay, it looks like it's using the right one over here. Why does that say shoes? Okay, viewers. Got it. Okay. And then let me look. That should already be activated. Okay, it says activated source. Okay, now let me do a test message. All right, it worked. And then go ahead and delete message. And I'm gonna open this chat and have that open so I can see if people are tuned in. So it's telling me I'm streaming on Facebook and YouTube, but it's not telling me if anybody's viewing it on YouTube. There we go. All right, I see it. So it's telling me. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel. I am still setting up, and I've been having some issues with the chats coming through. So I'm working on that to see if we can get that fixed tonight, okay? So we're working on that. I haven't been ignoring you. I just haven't even known that I was getting some of these chats. So hopefully we can take care of that tonight. All right, now let's get the rest of this stuff set up so we can go ahead and start the show. Delete that. Okay, we're gonna start there. Let me get the earnings screen set up and make sure these are right. So we don't need that. Earnings screen, go here, get the earnings. Matter of fact, let me put this on the screen. And then this. There we go. All right, then go to earnings. Fix this layout. And then we can get ready to start. Bam. Bam. That's good. Let's check you guys zoomed in. Yeah, we was zoomed in way too far. Okay, so that's good. We can go back here. Okay. Now let's see. What other screens do we need? We need this one. So is that where it needs to be? Yup. All right, now where's the other one? So yes. All right, guys. I am good. So we can go ahead. Let me make sure I got this other stuff set up and we can get into it. So let's go ahead and open up this watch list. We got that. That's the Biggest Loser. Got that. And then on the charts, McCormick, market call. Got it. All right. Let's get this going. Got that. Take the ticker pole off. Okay. Got it. You guys are tuned in. It's working now. That's working. Okay. All right. All right. Let's get started. Let me check this other mouse. We got that. And I need to get my cursor. All right. Sound check. We're good. We're good. I can see it. All right. Welcome to Market Recap Live. I'm your host, Joseph Martin, and thank God. Thank God it's Thursday, guys. It is Thursday. And tonight we are taking a look at ticker MKC. You might know them better as McCormick. McCormick Company Incorporated was founded in 1889 by Willoughby M. McCormick, with the first office opening in Baltimore, Maryland. Now they're publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange and have a market value over 10 billion, yes, that's billion dollars. McCormick is in the packaged foods and meats industry in the consumer staples sector, and they are listed in the S&P 500 index. Some of McCormick's peers are Conagra Brands Incorporated, ticker CAG, the Kraft Heinz Company, ticker KHC, and General Mills Incorporated, ticker GIS. We're going to review McCormick's earnings, their website, and pull up the charts to perform a quick technical analysis. But first, before we do that, let's do our roll call and check our stream poll. We are streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. Let's get this chat going and tell us where you're tuning in from. Put a YT in the chat if you're tuning in from YouTube, and put a FB in the chat if you're tuning in from Facebook. While you guys are filling up the stream and the chat, here's the mission statement. We are building a community over here for people who want to take control of their financial situation by learning how to unlock the wealth building power of the stock market. And we are streaming Monday through Friday following trading sessions at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. The U.S. stock market regular trading hours are 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And there's a link for the New York Stock Exchange calendar down in the description. Okay, let's get to it. Let's get to these earnings. Here we go. And I caught something yesterday as far as we didn't have the earnings ticker up here, guys. And we don't need that. We need to have this ticker here. We good. We got it right tonight. All right. McCormick, ticker symbol MKC, the $13 billion company, reported its second quarter earnings on Thursday, June 25th. They have a 52-week high of $78.16, which took place on June 26th last year, and a 52-week low of 404. Wait a minute. A 52-week low of 4. Wait a minute. Oh, guys, wait a minute. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm moving too fast. I'm seeing stuff. I told you I wasn't feeling well. Let's get this right, okay? Let's get this right. Let's get this right. Okay, high June 26, blah, 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 occurred, blah, blah, blah. All right. What happened over here? Okay, it's connecting everything. All right, I'm about to start the earnings over because I make shorts out of this and I do not need this butchered, okay? Need to make this right. You don't have the luxury of making mistakes in a live stream, so I'm just going to roll with the punches and I'm going to get this right, all right? So let's go back to the top of the earnings and get this correct. Let's go back. Here we go. McCormick, ticker symbol MKC, the $13 billion company, reported its second quarter earnings on Thursday, June 25th. They have a 52-week high of $78.16, which took place on June 26th last year, and a 52-week low of $44.82 that occurred on May 13th, which is a trading range of $33.34. And they closed today at $48.30. McCormick earnings met market expectations on the top line, reporting revenue of $1.9 billion, but they beat on the bottom line as robust cost savings programs and optimization strategies dramatically expanded their gross margin lines. EPS was higher than the analysts and market expectations of 70 cents when they reported an adjusted EPS of 80 cents. McCormick reported a GAAP net income of $150.1 million, which is lower than $175 million net income they reported this same quarter last year. This represents a decrease of 14.2%. So for the second fiscal quarter of 2025, their net profit was approximately 16.6% higher than it is compared to now a year later. The earnings were released before the market opened, followed by an 8 a.m. Eastern Time conference call. As far as guidance, management strongly reaffirmed its full-year outlook, projecting total net sales growth between 13 and 17%. That 52-week high compared to today's closing of $48.35 represents a decline of 38.1% in just under a year. So if somebody invested $1,000 in June of last year at that 52-week high of $78.16, they would be seeing a loss of $381.40. Whew, we did that. We got through it. All right, now let's go here. Wrong one. Here we go. All right. Let's talk about why we visit these company websites. We're looking at the visuals and text to find answers to these key questions. What goods and or services does the company sell? How important are those goods and services to their customers? What makes this company stand out from the competition? And how well do they take care of their employees? We look for those answers in four main areas: the homepage for goods and or services, about us for purpose, vision, and mission statements, careers for employee benefits and opportunities, and investor relations for SEC filings and stock quotes. And for your convenience, all companies featured in tonight's live stream are down in the description. Now, let's go visit McCormick's website. Here we go. Bring you over, take that off, and go here. All right, we are on McCormick's website. We're going to go to right here where it says company, learn about the company, go to careers and investors. So everything we need is right there at the top. So let's go ahead and go through this website. Our purpose and vision, it's moving. So we need to see purpose. Where did it go? It just left. Our purpose and vision. Learn more about our refreshed purpose and vision statement and how we are making life more flavorful. On a global quest for flavor, we're creating a global flavor experience. We're creating global flavor experiences that make every meal and moment better. Got it. Work at McCormick, purpose-led performance. And here are all their brands, guys. This is going to be interesting. So we'll come back and look at their brands after we finish browsing over the page. All right, we're done. We're at the bottom. That didn't take long, did it? All right, now here's their brands. I don't remember seeing these last time we went, like Aeroplane, Billy B, Cattleman's. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that one. Clubhouse, Druco's. Ooh, they got some words up here, don't they? McFona, Frank's Red Hot, French's. They even have Show More. Okay, yeah. So McCormick has a lot of brands. McCormick. Ooh, I guess when I'm not feeling well, I can't talk either. I'm telling you, my stomach bothering me so bad. I ate so much spicy food today. It's killing me. All right. So we did that. We got through the brands. Let's go back to company. Let's go company. We're talking about the brands and the flavors. McCormick & Company Incorporated is a global leader in flavor. With our diverse and balanced flavor portfolio, we are ideally positioned to meet the increasing demand for flavor around the world. Okay, so they have some stats right here. Our consumer brands, flavor solutions, our history, all right? Through every milestone in McCormick's history, there's a common thread. We've kept pushing to raise the art, science, and passion of flavor to a higher level and improving the universal experience of eating while always focusing on the importance of people. Okay, so they have a lot of different things that's browsing through right here. And remember, links to the websites are down in the description for your convenience, so you can browse through this on your own time. All right, so let's go ahead and go to, wait a minute, I think I saw something. Culture and values. So we read it earlier. They have a video here you can watch. Our principles. McCormick operates with a set of principles that reflect our tenets and speak to our purpose, competitive advantage, and ambitions. Got it. Let's go to careers and let's see if we can find the benefits. Where are the benefits about McCormick? So they have that again, rewards. So things they've been recognized for, our jobs, our people, and our news. So let's browse over this. Why McCormick? Because we're making the future of flavor together. Got it. Talking about the brands again. Explore jobs. So here are the different positions they have. Close that. It's taking up too much of the page. There we go. View all jobs and positions. He looked happy. Take our word for it. Join our talent network. I still don't see anything about benefits, guys. So if we go to our jobs, these are all different positions and departments that they have. If I go to all jobs, do they have the benefits mentioned on here? Nope. All right, I'm moving on. I am moving on. So what we're going to do, we're going to close this out. Go back here because it opened up a different website. About McCormick, we go back, we go to investors. Here we go. So this opened up a different website as well. Let me zoom in. We're good. All right. So we're on the investors relations website. Here's the stock information up here at the top. So let me browse over it and then we're going to click on that. Okay. So browsing. McCormick, a global leader in flavor, latest news and events. Got it. All right. So right here, stock information. Bam. Got it. Here's the stock information. They trade on the New York Stock Exchange. Here's the closing price for today. And as we can tell or see, the stock has not loaded yet. So if this is not your first time tuning in, then you've heard me mention, I think they outsource the data that comes in about the chart. So sometimes it's delayed. So what I do, I talk to you about it, try to keep you busy, fill up the words on the screen. I mean, during the stream, just be chatty so we don't have dead air, but then it loads up. Okay. So that's that. And it does look like they pay a dividend. So let's go ahead and go over to my research and talk about what I found out about the company when it comes to their notable customers and partners. So McCormick does have customers and partners that are listed in the S&P 500 index. Some notable names include Walmart Incorporated, ticker WMT, Target Corporation, ticker TGT, and McDonald's Corporation, ticker MCD. Now, let's talk about the mobile limitations, okay? Before we look at the charts, remember, professionals trade from a computer, not a mobile device. Mobile trading apps are unlimited. Traders can lose critical details and advanced platform feature using apps on phones instead of software on computers or websites. So keep in mind, trading from a smartphone is usually the least effective way for managing assets. To access the most details, it's best to use a full trading platform. Watch these streams on a computer or TV and only use a phone as a last resort. Now let's look at McCormick on the charts. Here we go. Go here. Got it. All right. We are looking at a 1 year daily chart for McCormick. They have a 52-week high of the $78.16, which we talked about. Here's the 52-week low at $44.82. And we do have some price levels on here. I don't remember covering them. So this probably when I was looking at this company. So let's go back to the 10-year weekly chart. Confirm that it's 10 years. Yes, absolutely. So over here, take me off the screen so you can see it. They have a 10-year low of $44.32. Right over here. Here's 2016. It's a lot of icons down here on the bottom of the screen. They have a 10-year high of $107.35, guys. So I'm going to extend this zone that I already have on the chart. So we're going to go to rectangle, extend this over to 2026. December 1st. All right. And we can see that that's where the price action is actually responding to now. Let me put the 10-year low on the chart. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to zoom in so it'll be easier to see. Price level 2. I'm going to put it, yeah, we'll do the 10-year low. I'm going to do it as a zone, guys. So it'll be the low of this candle and the open of the green candle. And then we'll extend this over to the same time frame I was talking about. Same time frame, December 1st, 2026. So that's a 2016 support area. Now with the price action being here and inside of that zone, I'm looking back. Let me zoom in over here. Price level wise, somebody was it responding there? Yeah, that would be like a zone price level. I'm gonna use a price level because it's real tight anyway. So we're gonna say that price level is $51.38. Here's why I'm picking that area. Take me off the screen right over here. We seeing that it's responded to it over here as resistance. These are weekly candles as well. Responded over here as resistance. Here's resistance. It got above it, fell back below it. Let's see this right here. What just happened? Oh, it deleted everything. Let me draw these again. Resistance here, got above it here, fell back below it, respected this level as resistance here until it got above it here. Then it turned into support here. Okay, so that's why you can see that it's responding to that price level. Just wanted to point that out to you. Okay, so that's why I picked that. Now let's go back to the 1 year daily chart and zoom in on the current price action. All right, so what I'm seeing here, this is the 200-day simple movement average, so it's definitely trading below that. The green line is the 9-day simple movement average, so it just got above it. Looks like it closed above it yesterday on this candle right here. So today the price opened here at the top of the body of this red candle. And then if we're looking at resistance, it looked like these candles right here weren't able to get higher to this level that we pulled from the 10-year weekly chart. And it looks like this candle responded to these highs. So if we put a price level here, we can see that this candle wasn't able to close above the highs that these candles made. And then that price level was held at support over here and over here. So that price level is $49.87. Let me take these arrows off. We got that. Go here, pull this up, zoom this in a little bit. So we have some supports and resistance on the chart. So we're good there because here's the price action for today. So we're good. Let's go ahead and get the stock quote for McCormick and talk about the volume. So I'll go up here to settings, open up my floating data box once it loads up. Apply. So here we go. McCormick opened today at $49.63. They had a high of $50.28. They had a low of $48.07. And they closed today at $48.35, which is a trading range of $2.21. Now, the trading volume, we should see a spike in volume or an increase in volume because they had earnings today. The volume, they traded 8.7 million shares of this company today. Sound like a million. Let me be clear. Sound like I said billion in my head. So million. I'm going to take the floating data box off. Take me off the screen and let's look at my volume labels. So right over here, we can see that the average trading volume for McCormick is 3.4 million shares in a daily trading session. So they did 2 times what they normally do. And if we round this to 3, just 3 million and that up to 9 million, they did 3 times what they normally do on today's candle, this one right here. Now, what's interesting, guys, is that if this is the 25th. They had more volume the day before earnings. That's interesting. That is interesting, guys. So this candle here is the one that had more volume. That's where the previous label is, right here. So they had 10.6 million shares traded the day before earnings. And then on earnings, they had less shares traded. That's rare. I haven't seen that often. Okay, so let's put me back on the screen. And let's talk about the volume rate percentile. So out of the most recent 252 trading days, guys, only 6 of those days had higher volume than today. And we know that yesterday was one of them. Okay. And then this day was one of them too. So that day had 15.6 million shares trading in it. This candle right here. And the reason I was able to tell is because of this volume bar right here. That's taller than the volume bar for today. So because it's taller, I knew it was more volume. That's it. That's simple. All right. Now, the volume rate percentile is 97.6%, which means today's volume was higher than 97.6% of the most recent 252 trading days volume. Bada boom, bada bing. All right, we can move on. Now let's go here. I think it's community support, but let's just check it. Let's see. Go here, take that off. Yep, that's what it is. Back to the community. I would appreciate it very much if you guys share the stream, hit the like button, subscribe, and if you wish to send a monetary gift to support the content, Cash App and PayPal links are down in the description as well as on the ticker on the screen. Now, let's look at what the S&P 500 index did today by using the SPY ETF. This ETF gives investors an opportunity to participate in the broader U.S. market by allowing them to own a percentage of each company in the S&P 500 index. All right, so let's go back to the charts and let's pull up the SPY. And then let's put this back on the screen. There we go. All right, we're going to go up here to the symbol box, type in SPY. There we go. And let's zoom in after I take me off the screen. Let's talk about the 52-week low. So the 52-week low on the SPY, guys, is $605.54. Now, this is what's catching my attention right now. Let me tell you about the 52-week high. The 52-week high is $760.40. What's catching my attention right now, guys, is this. The SPY is currently trading at $727, which is below the closing price for today. It dropped about $7 after hours. So we're going to pay attention to that when we look at today's price action over here, because it's responding to some of these levels that we have on the chart. So let me put me back on the screen, take some of these drawings off. You got all of that. Put me back where you can see me. And then we're going to zoom in and focus on the price action for today. Zoom in, drag the chart back down, widen it a little bit. That's too wide. Bring it in a little and shorten it a little. Okay. So here's what's going on, guys. Here's today's candle. Here's today's candle. This is Monday's candle. Now, what happened with Monday was that it gapped down. So we have this gap here in the yellow area because Tuesday's candle gapped down here. Here's the body of where it opened. But the high came up to here, of course. Wednesday's candle partially filled that gap. That's why this high doesn't quite touch it. So we're starting to close the gap. But today's candle, this one right here, failed to even reach that gap. So it didn't feel any of it. So the price action on today's candle opened at the top of the body. So it opened here. It had a small high. That's why you got that tiny wick. And then it ended up closing down here, but it came as low as here. Just pointing out the anatomy of the candle to you, just in case you didn't know. Now, when it opened above this price level, it closed below it. So with us closing below that $737.05 and then coming down, trying to test that 727.82, that's where it's trading at now, guys. It's trading below that support. It's trading below this price level now after hours. So it's all the way down here. It's in this area now. Wow. Okay. Now let's go ahead. We don't have to draw any price levels because we already have them there. And now it's in this price area right here after hours. And just so you can see it, because you're like, I don't see that on the candles, just in case that's what you're thinking. Let me show you. So we go over here to the minute chart, zoom in. And now with us being on the minute chart, I don't have the extended hour showing, but this is a 5-day minute chart. So let me show you how we go that. We go to settings, we go to equities, and select this box right here where it says show extended hours trading session, apply. And now you can see what I'm talking about. There's that price level of 727.82. And here's where it's trading at right now. So you can visually see it, but you can't see it when we're looking at the daily chart because it's only showing you the price action when the market was open. So since it's extended hours, it only shows up on the minute chart or intraday chart. Okay, now let's get the quote for the SPY ETF. I'm going to cut on the floating data box. Here we go. And now the SPY opened today at $738.91. They had a high of $739.37, and they had a low of $729.60. And they closed today at $734.30, which was a trading range of $9.77. Now, when we look at the trading volume, guys, they traded 54 million shares of this ETF today. And I'm about to explain to you why I'm giggling or laughing once we take this floating data box off the screen and take me off the screen as well so I can show you over here on my volume labels. The average trading volume for the SPY ETF is 73 million shares in a daily trading session. The volume keeps decreasing, guys. The volume keeps decreasing. So here's today's volume, 54 million shares traded. Yesterday, it was 57. So this red candle right here was 57. So notice that both of those days are below average. And even though this candle has a bigger body, it traded on less volume. Now, it did close higher than yesterday's candle, though. But that doesn't even matter because like we're seeing right now in extended hours, it's already trading below the 727 price level on the bid and ask. So it's down here. Okay. All right. So let's put me back on the screen and let's finish talking about the volume rank percentile. So out of the most recent 252 trading days, only 42 of those days had lower volume than today. So we're looking at it from the low perspective because today's volume was low. So out of the most recent 252 trading days volumes, today's volume was only higher than 16.7% of those trading days volumes on this SPY ETF. Okay, so we got it. Now we can move on. So let's go here. We can take the SPY off and then put this here. There we go. And then take that off and then go here. It's a lot of different buttons, guys. So I'm talking my way through it. Now let's look at the S&P 500 biggest gainer and loser of the day. But first, we're going to look at the loser so we can end the night on a high note. And you might be surprised as who the biggest loser is. So let's hurry up and get to it. Let's go ahead and go to the charts. We're going to go up here to the Market Watch tab. And guys, the biggest loser for today is Apple. Ticker AAPL. They lost 6.12% today, right here. They lost 6.12%. The previous close was $293.08. And they closed today at $275.15. Okay, so let's do a hypothetical. Pull up the calculator. Let's say if somebody had invested $3,500. Let's make this quick. 3,500. We will multiply that times the 6.12, negate it, turn it into a decimal, hit equal. They would have lost $214.20 of their $3,500 investment. We add that back to it. It will show how much they would have left. $3,285.80. Bam. All right. Now we can go over here to the Analyze tab. And we can see that Apple trades in the information technology sector. So we're going to look at how that sector performed, how that industry performed, and the sub industry performed. So let's go ahead and go to the Market Watch tab. Then we're going to go to the Visualize sub tab. Condense this. We need to go to the S&P 500 heat map. So here we go. So Apple is inside of the information technology sector right here. And here it is. So we click on that. Now we need to find out what industry Apple is in. So industry is inside of the technology, hardware, storage, and peripherals industry. We click on that. And the sub industry is the exact same title. So we can see it's kind of mixed. Not balanced. It's not balanced mixed either. So Apple has the largest market cap out of all of the companies inside of this sub industry, the technology, hardware, storage, and peripherals. And the only ones that's green is Sandisk, Western Digital, and Seagate. Okay. Now let's go ahead and go back to the Analyze tab and let's talk about Apple before we visit their website. Take me off the screen. So here's the company name, Apple Incorporated. Here's a link to their website. It's also down in the description for your convenience. Now let's read the description and then visit the website. Apple Incorporated designs, manufactures, and markets smartphones, personal computers, tablets, wearables, and accessories worldwide. We did research and we're going to look at the website, so we don't need to read all of that. Let's go ahead and go to the website. That's not where we're going. We're going here. There we go. All right. We got the ticker there. We just need to put me back on the screen. There we go. All right. So looking at the top of the screen, guys, I do not see what we need, where we need to go. So likely it's going to be at the bottom. So let's scroll over the website until we get to the bottom. And it looks like a long scroll. So we in for a minute. So MacBook Air might takes flight. Got it. Okay. Get the highlights. Watch the film. They have a video here and then they have a bunch of stuff you can scroll through here. And I'm telling you, it's a lot of scrolling. So we're not going to read everything. I'm trying to make it fast. Design built to go places. 13-inch display, 15-inch display. We're not even halfway through this scroll, guys. Beautiful colors. MacBook Air 15, MacBook Air 13. Click the scroll. Okay, that's it. M5, the chip that zips. Got it. Here are some stats about that. Another picture of that. Up to 18 hours of battery life. Built for AI from the silicon up. Got it. Apple Intelligence, do more, effort less. Got it. Got it. We still not halfway through, guys. Power and possibility. Continuity, better together. New to Mac. Display, love at every site. Camera and audio, when you move, it moves. We're more than halfway through now. Port and connectivity, well connected. So they got some more ports. Peace of mind at your fingertip. Boy, once you get an Apple, you got to get like an Apple everything. Because of their ecosystem. That's part of their moat when it comes to investing. You almost need everything Apple after you get one thing. Which laptop is right for you? Explore Mac accessories. Man, you see how long this scroll is? We still scrolling. We finally at the bottom. Here we go. Let me take me off the screen. And let's look for what we really looking for. So about Apple. Career opportunities. So we're going to go there. We're going to go to investors. And we're going to go to ethics and compliance. Because you can't even click on about Apple right here. You can put me back on the screen. So we're just going to dig through it. I know we're not going to go to newsroom. So let's go to ethics and compliance first. If it doesn't seem like they're giving us enough information, then we'll go to Apple leadership. And maybe they'll give us some more information in career opportunities. Okay. So ethics and compliance. Apple conducts business ethically, honestly, and in full compliance with the law. with the law. We believe that how we conduct ourselves is as critical to Apple's success as making the best products in the world. Okay. We do the right thing even when it's not easy. Got it. Our business conduct policy. You can read more. Compliance at Apple. Bringing policy to life. Being accountable. Got it. Okay. Now I said we were going to go to Apple leadership just in case it seemed like they didn't give us enough. So there's the CEO, Tim Cook, as amongst other leaders in the company. So that's that. Board of directors, and we got through it. Now we're going to go to career opportunities. We're looking for the benefits, guys, but they're probably going to mention some other things about the company, like the purpose, vision, mission. Sometimes they put that on the career section. So work at Apple. I don't see benefits listed there. Life at Apple. There it is. Oh, thank gosh. Benefits are right here. So what we're going to do, we're going to browse over this page and then we're going to go to benefits. Join us, BU. Wait a minute, that was fast. Join us, BU, watch the film. This is where individual imaginations gather together, committing to the values that lead to great work. Here you'll do more than join something, you'll add something. Okay, they got some videos here in the background. We aren't merely creating products, we're creating something magical for the person who uses it. Join our community and help define it. This is a long scroll too. At Apple, you can unapologetically be yourself and grow and thrive. Okay, search for what you love to do. Our values are a part of everything built here, including careers. Now we're at the bottom. So let's go up here to Life at Apple and go to benefits. There was a section that said shared values, but I done already clicked on it. Let's just go. We count on you and you can count on us. Got it. Apple is Apple because the world's most dedicated, passionate people make a difference in the lives of our customers. Opening store, Apple Orchard Road. Got it. Look at the semantics. Look at the wordplay. Apple opening on Apple Orchard Road. Feel good in body and mind. Feel good for your whole family. Feel good financially. Feel good when you grow. I'm making this face because it doesn't look like they're going into much details. Like it's a quick little summary. This gives a little bit more detail. Feel good about giving. So they're talking about dollar amounts and donations. Feel good about receiving. Yeah, there are a lot more ways to feel good here. Yeah, so they went through the benefits kind of generically. So let's go ahead and go to investors and we can get ready to wrap this up on Apple. Stock price information is right here at the top as far as like where we're going to click. So let's browse over this. I know it's probably going to be a long scroll, so I'm just going to make it fast. There we go. We're at the bottom. Did they zoom us out? No, they didn't. We're good. So let's click on stock information, stock price. Here we go. So the stock price, $275.15. Net price change, the volume for today, trade on the NASDAQ. I do like their chart. It didn't take a while to load up like the other one either. Investor relations, historical price, lookup. So they have some other tools for investors on the website. Now, let's talk about what I found in my research about Apple. So Apple Incorporated, ticker AAPL, when it comes to their goods and services. They manage consumer electronics manufacturing across the global consumer enterprise business and education institution markets, offering solutions such as complete premium hardware options, including smartphones and personal computers for worldwide daily consumer communication. Number two, scalable software platform products, including operating systems, cloud storage, and payment applications for device ecosystems. And number three, optimized digital service systems tailored for media streaming, application distribution, and subscription management. Looking at their S&P 500 customers and partners, notable names include Microsoft Corporation, ticker MSFT, Qualcomm Incorporated, ticker QCOM, and Broadcom Incorporated, ticker AVGO. Got it. Now let's go to the charts. So it's going to be this, and that. Got it. All right, let's look at what Apple's doing on the charts. Let's extend this over immediately. I see that stands out to me. So let's take this to December 1st. Get that out of the way. Bam, take me off the screen. They have a 52-week low of $199.26. They have a 52-week high of $317.40. And we can see over here that they are still trading extended hours. It's close to where they closed at, which is the 275.15. They do have a gap down today, but before we get too much into what I'm seeing on the charts right now, let's go back and look at the 10-year weekly chart. So immediately I can see they have a 10-year low of $22.88, 10-year high of $317.40, which is also the current 52-week high. All right. Now with the price action being right here, put me back on the screen. With the price action being right here, where this red candle right here, we can use these price candles right here to determine our levels. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and zoom in on this price action here. Okay. Now, the first thing I want to do, there's a gap that I want to identify. So we're going to use the rectangle tool, connect it to the low of this candle, the high of this candle, extend this over, as you probably guessed it, December 1st. Shouldn't have changed the year. Let's change the month. December 1st. Change the color to yellow so we can identify the gap. There we go. Now, this zone, we can see that it closed cleanly below it, because the close on a red candle is the bottom of the body. So I want to identify these price levels so we can see what they are. So edit properties, and we can see that the bottom of that price zone is 276.13. 276.13. 276.13. I'm saying it so I won't forget it. There we go. So that's the bottom of that price zone. The top is 279.54. 279.54. Wait a minute. 279.54. 279.54. Bam. There we go. So we can see it quickly. That's the top of that zone. That's the bottom of the zone. Those are our price levels for that. We can do this one real quick because it won't take that long. Bam. Bam. So that's the top and bottom of that gap. Here's where I'm seeing resistance, and here's where I'm seeing support. I was thinking. So right here, I'm seeing that these candles responded to this price level right here. Okay, take me off the screen so you can see it. What is that? We don't need that. All right, here we go. So these candles responded to it as resistance. I could even move that over further. Resistance. Right here. And then over here, support and resistance. It was responding to it. Over here, support. So that's why I highlighted that price level before. And this is the one I just did. So it responded to this price level as resistance and support here. That's why I highlighted that price level of $265.07. Okay, so I'm seeing resistance because it's already closed below this support zone, the support resistance zone. Since it made it through, it's no longer support, it becomes resistance at 276.13. I'm seeing support at this 200-day simple movement average, which is the dashed white line. The price level for that is going to be right here, 269.21. And then these two price levels of support at 260.10 and 265.07. Okay. Now let's go ahead and get the stock quote for Apple. I didn't give you all of the resistance zones. So the 9-day simple moving average, the green line, which is also crossing the $292.94, and then the psychological level of $300. We can see that it was responding to that as well. So if we put that there, we can see right about here. Okay. Resistance at $300. All those candles, these are day candles, had a hard time with $300. Here as well, had a hard time getting back above $300, and it started selling off. Okay, so now you can see that, make that out. Now let me go ahead and cut on my floating data box, and let's talk about the stock quote for Apple. So Apple opened today at $287.47. They had a high of $288.80. They had a low of $273.75, and they closed today at $275.15, which was a trading range of $15.05. Now, when we look at the trading volume, oh my, the trading volume, they traded 107 million shares of this stock today. I don't know if that's above average or below, but it looks impressive right now. So let's go ahead and cut the floating data box off, take me off the screen, and let's look at the volume labels. So Apple has an average daily trading volume, guys, of 49 million shares in a daily trading session. So they did double, more than double, trading 107 million shares today. And it wasn't even earnings. Earnings was back here. I don't even see earnings in this space right here. I would have to drag the chart. So let me move it and see when they have earnings coming. Yeah, so earnings is all the way out here. And they did volumes like they did volume like it was earnings today. Oh, that's crazy. So the previous volume was above average. So this red candle right here, before the top of the gap, that candle traded 53 million shares in a daily trading in that trading session. So that was above average, but it doubled the very next day with that gap down. Okay. So now let's put me back on the screen and let's talk about the volume rank percentile. So out of the most recent 252 trading days, guys, only 4 of those days had higher volume than today. And out of the most recent 252 trading days, today's volume was higher than 98.4% of those candles trading volume. Got it. All right, now we can talk about the winner for today. So let's go ahead and go up here to the Market Watch tab. And we can collapse all of that and go over here to the quotes tab under Market Watch. So the quote sub tab, let's take the loser off and let's talk about today's biggest gainer. So the biggest gainer, you guessed it, guys, Sandisk. Sandisk Corporation, ticker SNDK. They did it again, guys. They did it again. They went up 21.97%. Previous close, $1,914.46. They closed today at $2,335. Nuts. Now, when we go to the charts, I'm gonna point something out to you because it still should be there when we get around there. But let's do a hypothetical. So if I pull up the calculator, we're gonna do the $3,500 again. Take this off, go here. So $3,500 hypothetical investment. So if somebody invested $3,500 and they got that 21.97% gain, turn it into a decimal, equal, that would have gained $768.95. We add that to the $3,500 investment. Total investment would have grown to $4,268.95. Bam. Now we're going to go over here to the Analyze tab. And we can see the Sandisk is also in the information technology sector. And we had looked at that when we were looking at the sector performance, industry performance, and sub-industry performance of Apple. But we're still going to look over there for Sandisk specifically. So we're going to go back to the Market Watch tab, go to the Visualize tab. We're looking at the S&P 500 index heat map. The information technology sector is right here. We go inside there and we're looking for Sandisk. Sandisk is right here inside this industry, technology, hardware, storage, and peripherals, the same as Apple. There's Sandisk right up here. So that was one of the three companies we talked about that did well in that industry today. Western Digital, Seagate, and Sandisk. Okay, now let's go back to the Analyze tab. Take me off the screen. And before we visit the website, here's Sandisk Corporation's company name, their website. Remember, links to the website are down in the description for your convenience. Let's read a little bit about the company and then we'll go to the website. Sandisk Corporation develops, manufactures, and sells data storage devices and solutions using NAND flash technology in the United States, Europe, the Middle East, Africa, Asia, and internationally. Got it. Now let's go to their website. Take that disclaimer off, put me on the screen. Here we go. Now, we done looked at Sandisk so many times this week. I should know where all this is, but I don't. I should. So let's browse over their homepage and then we're going to look for where we need to go at the bottom. 4 match day moments. The World Cup, FIFA. They're promoting that. Storage, guys. Storage, flash drives, USBs, SSDs. They saving it for you. Data. All right, take me off the screen. Here we go. We're going to go to About Us. We're going to go to Investors, and we're going to go to Careers. Let's go to About Us first. Put me back on the screen. So here we go. About Us. At Sandisk, we keep people and businesses moving forward with inspired innovations to actualize their potential. Who we are. Our vast portfolio of flash products enables a seamless and simplified world of resilient data expression and storage. Our principles. These principles focus our vision, inspire what we build, and drive our ambitions, shaping our path and defining what success looks like across everything we do. So innovation, sustainability, collaboration and community, responsible leadership. Innovation, propel progress. Got it. Data center. Got it. Sustainability, invest in tomorrow. Collaboration, community, build together. Build better together. Read that fast, didn't I? Responsible leadership, guide the way. Okay. Got it. Leadership. Down at the bottom. Remember, links to the website are down in the description for your convenience if you want to go a little slower, dive a little deeper. Now let's go to careers. Guys, we're looking for the benefits. How well do you take care of the employees? What I love about this website is they made it easy. It's right here, guys. So let's scroll over and then come back and click on that. Join Team Sandisk. Meet Sandisk. Students and grads. Benefits. Got it listed twice. So our teams: finance, strategy, technology, engineering, global operations, people experience, legal and compliance, sales, and marketing. The hiring process. I love when companies do that, when it prepares the candidates for the position. Okay. Find a perfect role, join the team. So we're at the bottom. Let's go to benefits, helping you thrive. Okay. So they talk about healthcare, lifestyle and well-being, financial benefits. They kept it simple, guys. So we can move on to the investor relations. We moving smooth. I'm loving it. So investor relations is right here. You can see it. Yes, you can. So here we go. Here are some stats right here at the top. That's where we're going to click. Let's browse over the homepage and then we'll click on that stock information. Stats right there. Our mission: inspiration and innovation in motion. Sandisk delivers innovative flash solutions and advanced memory technologies that meet people and businesses at the intersection of their aspirations and the moment, enabling them to keep moving and pushing possibility forward. Got it. News releases, latest presentations, events, quick links. Got it. So here's stock information. You can click there as well. So let's go ahead and use that link. So here's the stock quote and chart. Bam. And here we go. We have a stock chart delay. This is one of those ones that possibly outsource the chart information. There you go. It loaded. We're good. Here are some other tools that they have available for investors. So let's talk about what I found in my research about Sandisk. So Sandisk Corporation, ticker SNDK. When it comes to their goods and services, they manage flash memory manufacturing across the consumer electronics, enterprise storage, and cloud infrastructure markets, offering solutions such as, number one, complete storage hardware options, including solid state drives and removable cards for global device data retention. Number two, scalable enterprise storage products, including data center arrays, memory modules, and flash controllers for hyperscale platforms. Number three, optimized memory component systems tailored for high-speed computation, continuous mobile data logging, and vehicle firmware execution. Looking at their S&P 500 customers and partners, notable names include Hewlett-Packard Enterprise Company, ticker HPE, Dell Technologies Incorporated, ticker DELL, and Apple Incorporated, ticker AAPL. Got it. Now let's go to the charts. Here we go. We have them pulled up. Yes, Sandisk. Now we just need to go over to the charts. Ooh, we got a lot of stuff drawn. Yeah, because we've seen Sandisk so many times on the doggone live stream. All right, take me off the screen. Here's their 52-week low, guys. $40.10. 52-week high, $2,354.39. And that was reached on June 22nd. The date is at the bottom of the screen. Put me back on the screen. There we go. June 22nd is when they hit that 52-week high. Looking at the 10-year weekly chart, guys, it only goes back 2 years. And that 2-year low is $27.89. The 2-year high is the same as the 52-week high. Okay, so let's go back to the 1-year daily chart and let's look and see if we need to draw any more levels. Zooming in, bam. Now, here's what's catching my attention, guys. This looks extremely bullish, okay, for this reason. And then I'm going to point something out to you. It was able to come all the way down here during the trading session, create this low, and fill most of this gap. It filled most of it. So I believe the last time we looked at Sandisk, I believe it might have been yesterday. So it gapped up on earnings. So we need to change this. Yeah, we need to change this. I'm thinking. So if you're wondering why I'm pausing, because you got two gaps now. This is weird. Okay, so let me explain to you, like, what is he talking about? It skipped over this price action again. Okay, so this gap between this candle right here and this candle, it was partially filled by this candle's wick. Okay, so we need to find the low of this candle. The low of that candle is $2,092.08. I'm not going to remember that. So let me just put the price level there so I can see it. Now that I had that price level there, I'm going to adjust the gap. So go here to edit properties. We need to bring the top of the gap down. So the top is that number. So we need 209208. 209208. There we go. All right, and now I can explain to you what I'm seeing. So that was the old gap that was partially filled by this. But here's the crazy thing. Now we have a gap from yesterday's high. So this is Wednesday's high to today's low. So now we got two gaps. So that high, that low, edit properties. Is it rectangle 7? Yeah. So we're going to make that yellow, and then we're going to extend that over to December 1st. There we go. Click OK. And there we are. So we got two, guys. We got two gaps. Put that price level there on the top of that one. We don't need this one. I just did. No, that's not the one. We need to remove this one. This price level on that gap. I had put, we can leave it. I had put that there to remember where the price level was. Okay. So here's where the candle closed today, right here at the top of the body on the green candle. Now, here's what's crazy. It's still trading, guys. And earlier when we were looking at it in the show up here, it was at 2191. Now it's climbing back up. So it was near this level of support, this price level earlier in the show. And now it's gaining momentum to go back up. Okay. So that's where I'm seeing my supports and resistance. The resistance is going to be the 52-week high. And support, if the price level is up here, these levels that we have, and this gap has not been filled yet, because now you have a wider gap and then you have a previous gap. So it's overlapping. It needs to close both of those if it's going to close it. Okay. So that's what I'm seeing as far as support and resistance. Right now, the price is still trading above the 9-day simple moving average, which is the dashed green line, and the 200-day simple moving average. Give me a second. Here we go. 200-day simple moving average is all the way down here at $654.42. So it's well above that. Okay. Now let's get the stock quote for Sandisk, and then we can talk about the volume. So Sandisk opened today at $2,238.30. They had a high of $2,348. They had a low of $2,092.08, and they closed today at $2,335, which is a trading range of $255.92. The trading volume, guys, they traded 15 million shares of this stock today. Crazy. We need to find out what the average trading volume is for Sandisk. So we take the floating data box off this screen, take me off the screen, and let's look at our volume labels. Here's the average trading volume. So the average trading volume is 11.7 million shares in a daily trading session. Today they traded 15, so that's definitely above average. Now, this candle, this red candle right here, would be the previous volume right here. So they traded 10.4 million shares on that candle that I just pointed at yesterday. Okay. So we do see an increase in the volume, in the trading volume from yesterday to today by 5 million shares. So the volume increased when it gapped up from this candle to that candle. So that's bullish. And they didn't even have earnings today. I'm going to zoom out so I can see this, guys. It's not even going to move. They had earnings on April 30th. And they don't have earnings for quite some time. It looked like August, the end of August. But they still going up. Crazy, crazy. Crazy business. All right, put me back on the screen. Now let's talk about the volume rank percentile. Out of the most recent 252 trading days, guys, only 77 of those days had higher volume than today when it comes to this green candle. And out of the most recent 252 trading days, this candle's volume is higher than 69.4% of those trading days volumes. Got it? We got it. And guess what? We done. So we can go ahead and go here and wrap this show up, change this to that, take that off. Hey, you already know. I hope that you learned something, and I hope that you earned something. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. This Sunday, June 14th at 9 p.m. Eastern time, we're reviewing this week's performance of the 11 sectors in the S&P 500 index, companies that stood out, notable market news, and performing a live Q&A so we can focus on building our community. And make sure you keep tuning in weekdays following a market trading session at 11 p.m. Eastern time. Take care and God bless.